Chapter 1.111 Panda. After a sumptuous feast of everything we could possibly imagine, we got ready to head off. "Just a minute," said Frank. "I still have the power cake that Darling gave me for Christmas. Blizzard told me you can keep it for ages, and even the tiniest amount can help you live for days without food." "Very good," said Miguel, looking impressed. "Hand it out, and if Jax can boost it with some extra magic, we could all have a good amount hidden in our pockets. Just don't let Thievel's pet teachers inspect you. They seize food for themselves, greedy, nasty people that they are." "Can't we eat any of the school's food?" asked Six, sounding a little disappointed. "Believe me," said Miguel, "you seriously won't want to." After rugging up as much as we could, we finally set off. Before we left, Jax carefully covered the trapdoor and replaced the fluoro-orange sign to alert any other travellers who became lost in the snow. Trudging through the mud and ice was bleak, but finally, as the afternoon sun became very dim, we neared some dark buildings set in dank, muddy fields. Actually, they were more like swamps. There was a big hall just beyond the buildings, down among some ugly old trees. After that was a dormitory, a couple of towers, and some strange outhouses that looked like toilet blocks. The whole place was surrounded by a fierce-looking fence with sharp spearheads on the top of every second pole. I couldn't believe that such a place existed. It was way worse than Lowood. As we neared the outer edges of the school, a black and white border collie bounded up to us. She was covered in mud. "Panda!" yelled Miguel, kneeling down. "Oh, Panda, my old friend, how good to see you!" He didn't seem to care that she was getting mud on him. The dog licked Miguel's face and then greeted each of us with a short bark and a big wag of her tail. Her tongue was hanging out of her mouth and she was grinning from ear to ear. "Who's Panda?" I whispered to Miguel. "It's complicated," he said. "In a way, she's Blizzard." "Does Blizzard shapeshift?" "Not exactly," said Miguel. "Panda's like Blizzard's spirit, and when he's caught up in a terrible place, or back in the day if he was ever punished at school, his heart and soul would simply race out of the building and leap into Panda." "So Panda's not real?" I asked. "Oh, she's as real as any of us," said Miguel. "But whether she's actually Blizzard or whether she just carries his spirit around when he's terrified or sad, none of us can ever be quite sure. Maybe she simply lives in his imagination, and ours as well. Who knows?" Panda leapt up at Miguel as if to say, "I'm totally real." And then she bounded away as fast as she could. We were all left standing there, feeling as if something completely magic had happened. And in a way, it had.